Welcome back to Dad and Daughters Collectibles. Today is a non-card opening video. We got some channel updates. We have our first PSA graded cards back. We've got some events coming up this summer that I just finally got to tell the girls about. Rylan had an absolute banger weekend of opening Mosaic for Easter as well as some birthday presents. So we're going to show those as well. So what do you guys want to start with first?
Graded cards.
The graded cards? Okay.
First time we've ever agreed on something.
That's okay. So, we sent in these four cards on February 27th at GameStop. We just got them back on the 19th. They were back in the store on the 18th, April 18th. So, February 27th to April 18th. That was about the estimated time. I believe it would be an additional 20 days now with the grading backup. And we have 7 cards as part of that. So, that'll be another video probably towards the end of June at the current rate. But these were our first 4 cards we sent in, and the grades are in. Truth be told, we know all the grades. We went out and looked ahead of time. I did first because I didn't want to be bummed out on video
Then I did.
if we got bad grades. So I wanted to brace myself because it was my first time, be able to talk about the cards as we revealed them and not be like, oh man, and stay positive, right? So even if these are worse than expected, I'll be talking through them and kind of show you maybe what I did wrong or what I did right. So I'm going to show these in what I thought were the most sure bets to get a 10 to the least sure. So harder along the way. Please don't lean on my chair. Thank you. Um, so the first one is this one. If you saw this was our Mojo Prism draft picks numbered to 25. You can see it right there, 25 of 25. We opened this in February out of a Prism draft picks hobby box. And this is our best Caitlin Clark to date. We've not opened anything better since, I guess you could call the collection, the WNBA logo ones, maybe, but certainly they're not numbered to 25. I looked this card over more than a dozen times, and I sent this one in because I said to myself, I don't see anything wrong. The only possible thing you could see wrong on it is the centering on the back, top to bottom, is like off by a hair. Everything else was perfect. The corners were perfect. The edging was perfect. And I said, if this doesn't get a 10, then I don't know that I can ever grade anything ever again because I don't know what is a 10. So let's do a flip. Booyah. Gem Mint
You have to
10.
cover up the grade and then you
Nope,
reveal
I
it.
don't like doing that. They do it like this, and then they're like, oh, oh, oh. No, we're just gonna do a flip. So Gem Mint 10. Again, this was one of those thank goodness, because if this wasn't a 10, like I said, I don't know how I would judge what a 10 is going forward. So, yay. This was, I don't know what it is raw. It was when I last checked between 250 and 300 raw. And it is the last copy of this sold in a Gen Min 10 for 600. And so I think this is somewhere between, I would guess, 6 to 800, maybe more. But this is our first big Caitlin that we ever opened. And so it is going to stay in the collection and it's not going up for sale, anyways.
And it's a rookie.
Correct. Okay, so then I am going to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I think we'll do the.
No,
I'm
not the
going to do
one
the
next.
Fearless. So this is Addie's card. This is a Caitlin Clark collection insert called Fearless. There's 2 of these, F1 and F2. Addie really wanted to grade a card. She had several candidates, and we looked them over. We looked at some PSA 10s of this card, along with the Razzle Dazzle from this set, and I thought this one had the best chance to get a 10. The Razzle Dazzle looked good, but you could see the centering based on the some of the 10s that were online, that the 10s had where the card was cut, you could just see parts of the card. Ours was different. It was cut at a different spot. So I just thought, you know what? I just think that means it's not centered. This one looks centered. Now, of course, the challenge with this is it's colored and black all along the edges. So if you get any white spots, they show up, they stand out, and you can get knocked down for that. So this one was definitely questionable, but I looked it over, thought it looked good. And the reveal, boom, Gem Mint 10. So Addie opened this card, paid for the grading, and now has her first Gem Mint 10 Caitlin Clark out of the Caitlin Clark collection. So beautiful card. This one is about 15 to 20 raw, 21 to get graded, and it's about 70 to $80 in the Gem Mint 10. There's only like I want don't quote me on these numbers, but we looked them up. I want to say there's between 120 and 150 of these graded Gem Mint 10. So it's a tough grade. I think only like a third of them have come back as Gem Mint 10. So this is, like I said, a tough card to grade. This one, since I'm talking about population counts, 8 of these have been graded and 7 have come back Gem Mint 10. So again, only 25 of them anyways, but the majority of those, vast majority of those have come back Gem Mint. Now we get into the paper cards. Paper cards, from what I have read online, are the absolute hardest to be graded because the manufacturing quality is lower. There, it's a lot easier to have chipping along the edges because they don't get a chrome finish. The center, oftentimes these are more mass produced, so the manufacturing gets off and not centered along the way. So these are really tough. I'm going to do this one first. This is a Bo Nix just base rated rookie. I had 3 or 4 Bo Nix that I'd opened up, and this was the only one that was centered, had good edges, and had good corners. And this was an experiment. I wasn't sure if this was going to come back at 10, but I thought to myself, it's my first submission. Let me get some data and insight so that I understand if this comes back an 8 or a 9, then I'll know, hey, I really need to be do more scrutiny. If it comes back a 10, great, then I did my job. Boom, Gem Mint 10. So I did my job. This one had all the qualities you're looking for in a 10. It's a $1 or $2 card, $21 to grade it. I think the last copies have all sold between 40 and $50. So, not one you're going to make a ton of money on, but it is a Gem Mint 10 Bo Nix rated rookie. 720 of these last time I saw. So a lot of these in Gem Mint 10 around. But again, it's kind of like a 40 to $50 bill. You go to a card show, this is always going to have about that value, and you can use it in trades, keep it for yourself or whatever. So 3 for 3 on our first submission. Now, the hardest one of all, another Donruss. This is Caitlin Clark Collection paper. We opened this on our channel as well. This was the Caitlin Clark Collection to 199 floating hearts. These, from what I understand, are even tougher to grade because not only is it a paper card, but then it gets foiling on the top, and the foiling on these, again, it's not the same quality as the chrome. You get along the edges, you can get little fraying, and if you've ever seen any of these opened in packs, you've probably seen some yourself. They have white marks, etc. So this was the one I looked over more than the others even, and I said, well, look, I don't really see anything wrong with it, but again, let me send this in for science and see what we get. 4 for 4 Gem Mint 10s. I couldn't believe it when I went online and saw this. So we aced our first test. All Gem Mint 10s, 100% gem rate. I could not have been any happier. I mean, I have so many cards that I have disqualified from getting graded. So my personal philosophy is this: everybody's different. I'm just telling you what my philosophy is. I don't really think it's worth getting a card graded unless you think you got a chance at a 10. There are some people that just want to get their PCs slabbed and they want to have their favorite card slabbed. They know they've got little dings on them. That's their choice. One, it slows down the grading process for everybody else to get a card that doesn't have a chance at a 10. Again, it's personal choice. I'm not mad at anybody for doing it. But if you're not going for 10s, to me, like, you can buy this card raw for the same price, very close to the same price as a PSA 9. You know, just buy the PSA 9 at that point, right? Like, getting a raw card to get to a 10 is so difficult. So, um, I really, really I really only want PSA 10s when I send stuff in. So I do that extra analysis, the extra scrutiny. It obviously paid off. We've got 7 more at PSA on their way to PSA right now. We'll see how the next batch goes. But again, we couldn't have done better. 4 for 4 Gem Mint 10s in our first submission. Absolutely thrilled. Okay, next, what do you guys want to do?
The squish.
Okay, we have one mail. This one's going to be pretty fast. Bought this for 99 cents plus $5 shipping. And it is a
Taste it.
The plastic here. Kalani Brown Tiger Prism for 5.99. Case hits, super hard to hit. I just bought it because it was cheap, and we have a tiger, so I wanted to get another one. So there we go.
Wishes.
Next,
No. Wishes.
no, we'll end with those. If we made it this far, we're gonna do yours. Okay. Rylan got four mosaic blasters for
Say she's on hot streak.
combination Easter and her birthday. Her birthday is coming up in a couple weeks. And
Actually, 1 week.
yep, I know. I know what I said. You don't need. I don't need the correction. Thank you. Um, and she got just an amazing four boxes. I always discourage her from buying mosaic because we've not had great luck with it, but she had great luck with it. So we got this, which is a case hit. I can't remember the name of this parallel, but this is one of the case hits. Is it Genesis? I believe. I think it's Genesis hit. Now the killer would have been if this was Caleb Williams. Instead, we got Tyson Badgett, but just an absolutely gorgeous card. I got to work on my lighting still. I bought this ring light that I thought would be better, and it just shines right in the face of the cards. And I thought it was going to be kind of disperse the light well, and instead it just focuses it. So that was first. In the same exact pack, she got this CD Lamb National Pride 25 of 25. So same pack, stacked on top of each other like that. She gets a CD Lamb orange to 25. And then in one of the boxes earlier in the day, she opened stained glass Michael Penix. So four boxes, two case hits, and one numbered to 25 of a good player. She absolutely killed it with her mosaic. She's on a hot streak. Addie, on the other hand, poor Addie, wish her well in the comments. She got absolutely scorched in her WNBA boxes. She got four, and I mean, realistically, I don't know that you could do worse. She only got a few of the good rookies in base. No good parallels. She got one numbered card.
I didn't get one Caitlin. I didn't even notice this
no
was
base
numbered.
Caitlins. It was bad.
I didn't even notice.
But there's ups, there's downs in collecting. She's on a downswing. Wish her luck. Bring her on the upswing. Okay, so for their birthdays, my wife and I got them. We're going on a family trip based around their interests. So I got them some tickets to some things. So this summer we are going to a couple of different places. The first one is the National Sports Card Convention on Thursday, July 31st. We will be there. You'll see why here when we show you the other event we're going
Did you
to.
say something?
But we're going to go to the National. I don't know how long we'll be there. I don't know. It's a long day. I looked at the layout of the floor. It's huge, but it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be really cool to see the big vendors, PSA, Topps, Panini, etc. There's going to be $1 million cards there. There's going to be memorabilia. Somebody was telling me the shoeless Joe Jackson's bat was there one year in Babe Ruth's uniform. Cool stuff for me to see. But we are going to be there. If any of you end up going there. We're only going to be there on Thursday because we've got other stuff to do. If you are there Thursday, let us know in the comments. We'll talk about it over the course of the summer leading up to this. Would love to meet some folks. I'm aware that you want to say something. So if you want to meet us up there and just say hi and say hello, we will be there Thursday, July 31st. Okay, what would you like to say?
And we're also going to the National Ice Cream Museum.
Yes, while we're in Chicago the next day, we have tickets to the National Ice Cream Museum. That is part of the family trip for the rest of it. All right, and then this is really the big thing that we're doing. So, and this was planned first.
Red.
So, what have we been doing on this channel? I would say at least half of our rips have been WNBA. She just started playing basketball. She likes playing basketball. She's going to play next year. We've been trying to chase Caitlin Clark. So, what better birthday gift than going to see a game Wednesday, July 30th in Indianapolis? We are going to be seeing Indiana Fever versus the Phoenix Mercury.
And just a little side note, I think Indiana's.
We hope so. So we are going to go there. We're going to bring some of our base cards. We're going to bring some markers. We're going to be doing some testing over the course of the next couple months to see which color Sharpies show up on the cards the best. We're going to stick around after the game. I've heard Caitlin Clark sign sometimes. We're going to see we're not going to pester her, cause her a hard time. But if she's there signing, we're going to try to do our best to see if we can get these girls a in-person Caitlin Clark autograph. And if not, we're at least
I
going to
will
see
cry.
her play.
I will
We
cry.
got pretty good seats. We're in the low, like basically row 24,
No,
essentially.
row 13.
No, it's seats 13, row
Oh,
24. And it's kind of right by the exit area where they come in and out from the locker room. So
yeah.
we will be there on July 30th watching the game. So we are super excited to go see Miss Caitlin Clark and her teammates take on the Phoenix Mercury, and we'll be cheering them on.
We heard they got some new players.
They do. They have a whole new, they turned over a lot of their roster. They're hoping to be very competitive this year. They were pretty good last year. They made the playoffs, but even better. So that is everything I wanted to share in this channel update. So that's everything going on. I guess the other thing is we may be doing some less ripping. We're gonna still do some ripping, but we want to have a decent sized budget for the national. There's so many things there, like Tops and Panini have redemption type stuff where if you buy certain things at the national, you get I know Panini's the one I know the best. You get silver and gold packs. Those have show only cards you can open in them. We're gonna try to get some of those. I think we're probably gonna set some goals of like try to buy one individual card each. We may bring some cards. So, for example, as cool as this Michael Penix is, we may bring that with us to trade because it is a super cool card, but she might want a Tom Brady card. She really is attracted to like Jordan and Brady. She likes all the goats, so we may trade that if we find a Tom Brady that we like for a couple $100. Um, so yeah, we have a lot of planning to do to see what's all there, what we want to make sure we hit. We know in one day we're not going to be able to hit all the individual folks selling cards. So we know that we're going to have to pick and choose what we do. So we're going to have a checklist, probably playing for about half a day. If they're going strong, we may go a little longer, but that is got a lot of planning to do. And if you're going to be there, I hope to see you there. Let's wrap it up there. I think this is a pretty cool channel update. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing from us and what's coming up for us in our personal life as well as what's coming on the channel. And you guys got anything to add?
Girls are collectors too.
Well, that was not that's the closing. Is there anything else?
I'm so excited.
You're so excited. Yes,
And
I am too. I've had to keep this silent for 2.5 months. We bought the tickets to the Indiana game at the end of January. So it's been a long time and I've almost let it slip, not intentionally, but like, you know, I would almost say things like, "Oh, we should hold on to that to trade it at the," and then I would stop and yeah, trade it at the national. But we're not gonna. But we're here. I can talk about it now, and we will make a game plan for it. So we will also do a vlog, so that'll be coming post the national.
And comment
Post our
down
trip.
below, how was your Easter?
There you go. Comment down below. How was your Easter? Wish Addie better luck in her next packs coming up. And remember,
Girls are collectors too.